Welcome to February 27th, 2026. The Singularity is now conducting layoffs. Block just cut over 4,000 employees, roughly half its workforce, to move faster with smaller teams using AI. And the market rewarded the purge with a 24% after-hours spike. The company is now targeting $2 million plus gross profit per person, 4 times its pre-COVID efficiency. The creative destruction is sector-wide. Components of the State Street software ETF have lost a combined $1.6 trillion in market cap this year, as investors reprice legacy SaaS against AI-native replacements. But where old software withers, new intelligence gets hired. Norway's $2 trillion sovereign wealth fund now uses Claude to screen investments for reputational and ethical risk, outsourcing moral judgment to the machine at sovereign scale. The architecture of cognition is compressing on every axis. Researchers have shown that foundation models can be self-distilled into multi-token predictors that decode 3 times faster at under 5% accuracy loss, while Sakana has demonstrated it can compile documents directly into model weights via hypernetworks, giving language models durable memory without bloating context windows. The gains are cascading down the optimal frontier. LM Provers released QED Nano, a compact 4B model that writes Olympiad-level math proofs approaching frontier performance. Google's new Nano Banana 2 image model fuses pro-level reasoning with flash speed, collapsing the quality-latency trade-off into a single release. The physical plant powering this intelligence keeps doubling. Eli Lilly and NVIDIA launched LilyPod, the world's first DGX superpod with B300 systems, packing 1,016 Blackwell Ultra GPUs and over 9,000 petaflops toward drug discovery. CoreWeave's Q4 revenue grew 110% year over year. Dell expects AI server revenue to double in fiscal 2027, and Meta has reportedly signed a multi-billion-dollar deal to rent Google's TPUs, diversifying its silicon diet away from NVIDIA. Japan's Rapidus secured $1.7 billion to reach 2-nanometer mass production by 2028. Meanwhile, the device that defined the prior era is fading. Smartphone shipments are expected to drop 12.9% to a decade low, as AI-driven memory prices cannibalize consumer hardware, marking a generational handoff from the pocket rectangle to the data center. The agents are clocking in. Anthropic introduced scheduled tasks in Claude Cowork that complete recurring jobs automatically, from morning briefs to Friday presentations, giving the AI a work calendar before most interns earn one. Amplifying is pointing Claude code at thousands of GitHub repos to extract what the model considers current best practices, letting AI audit the craft it is absorbing. Burger King is deploying Patty, a headset-mounted voice AI that assists with meal prep and scores employees on friendliness. At a Gap store in San Francisco, World ID orbs now scan shoppers' faces to verify humanness, meaning the retail iris scan seen from Minority Report has arrived 28 years ahead of schedule. The question of who writes the values baked into frontier AI is becoming a geopolitical fault line. Anthropic publicly refused to let its models power mass surveillance or autonomous weapons for the Department of War, while Undersecretary of War Emil Michael attacked Claude's constitution for requiring sensitivity to non-Western traditions, previewing how system prompts may become the next regulatory battleground. Robots are entering the bedside manner business. At Changzhou First People's Hospital, 2 Agibot A2 humanoids named Zhen and Ruru greet patients with handshakes and fluently handle registration and navigation. The kinetic layer is less polite. The FAA barred flights over Fort Hancock, Texas, after a military laser anti-drone system accidentally downed a U.S. government drone, the second time in recent months that laser weapons have lit up the skies over Texas. Above the atmosphere, Starship V3 is headed for ground tests with Elon highly confident in full reusability, while Rocket Lab is introducing silicon solar arrays for gigawatt-scale orbital data centers, one more step toward the Dyson swarm. We are mapping aging at single-cell resolution. Rockefeller researchers published the first chromatin accessibility aging atlas across 21 mouse tissues, finding that immune cells diverge most dramatically with age. The past won't stay dead for long. In China, AI is turning famous historical landscape paintings into immersive ancestor simulations, a digital down payment on Fyodorov's common task. Meanwhile, the current intelligence explosion may have had predecessors. Parts of the Pentagon are reportedly resisting full UAP declassification, with officials fearing demonic implications could trigger public panic or religious upheaval. We're snapping half the workforce for the intelligence we have built, while bureaucrats hide any intelligence we haven't.